At Forward Operating Base Liberty in northern Iraq, Staff Sergeant Tyler Ghost Hunter preps his Stryker for another routine patrol. October 25th, 2008, his third enlistment anniversary. 3 deployments, countless miles driven, completely invisible to command. Just another driver in just another convoy. Until distant gunfire from Phoenix Outpost changes everything, and a single piece of barbed wire becomes the thread that binds a legend. At Forward Operating Base Liberty in northern Iraq, the October sun beats down mercilessly as Staff Sergeant Tyler Hunter performs his pre-mission checks on Stryker Vehicle Alpha 7. October 25, 2008, his third enlistment anniversary. 3 deployments under his belt, yet he remains practically invisible to command staff who see him as just another driver. Competent, but unremarkable. "Ghost's got point again," jokes Corporal Blake from the gunner's hatch. The squad barely acknowledges him as they load up for what should be another routine patrol. Hunter's hands move with mechanical precision across the vehicle controls, muscle memory from thousands of hours behind the wheel of the 8-wheeled beast. The convoy rolls out into the dusty landscape, Hunter's Stryker leading the formation. Radio chatter fills the cabin with routine coordinates and checkpoint confirmations. The heat inside the armored vehicle is stifling, but Hunter's focus never wavers. His eyes constantly scan the horizon, reading the terrain like a language only experienced drivers truly understand. In the back, his squad talks about everything except the mission. Sports scores from home, letters from girlfriends, normal soldier talk that masks the underlying tension every patrol carries. They see Hunter as reliable but unremarkable, the guy who gets them from point A to point B without incident. What they don't see is how his knuckles whiten slightly on the steering wheel whenever they pass certain terrain features, how his breathing changes when they approach known IED corridors, the invisible weight of responsibility he carries for every soul in his vehicle. The radio crackles to life with urgency that cuts through the routine monotony. All stations, Phoenix Outpost is under heavy contact, multiple casualties confirmed. The voice of the Forward Operating Base commander pierces through the static. Any available units, redirect to assist immediately. Hunter doesn't hesitate. "Hold on back there," he calls to his squad as he yanks the wheel hard left, the massive Stryker pivoting toward the sound of distant gunfire. The carefully planned patrol route is forgotten. Something more important is calling. "Hunter, what the hell are you doing?" Sergeant Cooper shouts from the passenger seat. But Hunter's jaw is set, his focus laser sharp. This isn't about following orders anymore. It's about doing what's right. The engine roars as he pushes the vehicle harder than regulation allows. The landscape becomes a blur of brown earth and scattered palm groves as they race toward the embattled outpost. Through the thick armored windows, Hunter can see the smoke rising in the distance, black columns against the pale desert sky that tell the story of a fierce firefight. "Command, this is Alpha 7. We're 2 miles out and closing fast on Phoenix. ETA 4 minutes. The response crackles back with grateful acknowledgement. For the first time in his deployment, someone up the chain actually notices Staff Sergeant Tyler Hunter. But the real test is just beginning. The first explosion rocks the Stryker violently, throwing everyone inside against the armored walls. An implied explosive device detonates directly beneath them, but fate and enemy incompetence work in their favor. The bomb was planted inside an old crater from a previous explosion, directing most of the blast outward rather than up into the vehicle's belly. "Everyone okay back there?" Hunter shouts, immediately assessing damage while maintaining control. The vehicle's still moving, but alarms are screaming. Their remote weapon system is fried. The .5 caliber machine gun is operational, but the electronic targeting system is completely dead. "We're alive," comes the response from the back.
Hunter's hands never leave the controls as he continues toward the firefight. No time to stop, no time to assess. Phoenix Outpost needs them now. They reach the Iraqi police checkpoint to find it under withering fire from the surrounding palm groves. One officer is down, blood spreading across his uniform, but alive. "Get him in," Hunter orders, stopping just long enough for his squad to drag the wounded man into the Stryker's cargo compartment. As they prepare to leave, Hunter feels the vehicle lurch. Something's caught on the rear. A strand of concertina wire has hooked onto their rear bunker, and now you're dragging it behind them like a lethal tail. The razor-sharp coils bounce and scrape against the asphalt as they accelerate. "We've got company back here," Blake calls out. The wire isn't just an inconvenience, it's attracted attention. Insurgents are following the noise, using it to track their movement. What started as a rescue mission is becoming a running battle through hostile territory. Ahead, the enemy has constructed a makeshift roadblock, concrete barriers, an old washing machine, a couch, anything to stop their advance. The narrow road offers no alternative route. Palm groves on their right erupt with muzzle flashes. Grenades begin dropping from the wall on their left. "Hunter," the squad leader's voice cuts through the chaos, "you've got to punch through!" What happens next separates real soldiers from everyone else. Hunter doesn't hesitate, doesn't calculate the odds. He leans into the radio. "Everyone hold on tight." Then he floors the accelerator. The 30-ton Stryker becomes a battering ram. Concrete blocks explode outward as they smash through the barrier at 40 miles per hour. The washing machine disappears beneath their tracks. Behind them, the lethal wire they're dragging snags something explosive, an old fire extinguisher packed with improvised explosives. Now they're racing down a hostile road at dangerous speed. Blake standing in the gunner's hatch, firing the .5 caliber by hand with no electronic assist, while Hunter navigates by pure instinct and skill. The absurdity of it all, dragging a bomb behind them on their enlistment anniversary, while his best friend manually operates a machine gun, strikes Hunter as hilariously surreal. His laughter echoes through the radio, infectious and fearless. The mission succeeds. Phoenix Outpost is relieved. The wounded Iraqi officer survives. Staff Sergeant Tyler Hunter receives the Army Commendation Medal with V device for Valor. Corporal Blake earns the Bronze Star for his heroic actions in the gunner's hatch. But more than medals, Hunter earns something invaluable: the respect of his peers and superiors who finally see what was always there. The invisible driver becomes the soldier everyone wants on point. The quiet professional becomes the standard others aspire to reach.